Hello and welcome to another book review. Today we are going to be covering 13th Rising, which is the fourth book in the Zodiac series. This review will contain spoilers for the entire series as well as 13th Rising as a book. So if you're at all interested in this, it's the Zodiac series by Romina Russell. I am very intrigued by it. I love it and I would definitely recommend it. So this review will be a review of both 13th Rising, the book, and the entire Zodiac series. So stay tuned for that. Also, it's kind of nighttime out. So if it sounds like it's a bit like darker and or more orange in here, that's my light. Don't judge it. Also, just in case you didn't see my Monte Cristo background, my Monte Cristo video, this will be my background for the next few videos. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but for now it's the easiest way for me to film. And I'd rather go the easy way instead of wasting time trying to set up a tripod out of books. With that out of the way, let's go into the 13th Rising. This is spoiler territory. I did like the book, even if I did think it wasn't as good as its predecessors. So, with that out of the way, spoiler time. 13th Rising wasn't my favorite book in the series. If anything, it was my least favorite. I love Zodiac. Love Wandering Star, Black Moon, 13th Rising, more, I definitely think that Romina Russell does have talent. I would buy another book by her. This does not taint my idea of her at all. This is not an attack on her. Her writing is great, but I did not like the way she wrote endings. It just wasn't good. So basically, a lot of this book revolves around her plan, around the Aquarius cult, and this big prophecy that just happened in the last book. So there was 2 books without a mention of the prophecy. So that annoyed me a lot. And then that's a big chunk of the book, probably this much of the book, this entire middle section that's kind of floppy, was part of them. That's a good third of the book. And it was just nothing. It didn't add anything to the plot. And then Nishi died, and I didn't like that because he's my favorite character. Stan died around the beginning, and I felt really bad. But, of course, with every book there are positives, and one of my favorite things is the deaths. I like that Romina Russell is killing characters, because a lot of times I find that in books, they don't really kill off main characters, especially not important ones like Stan and Nishi and Deke. They wouldn't kill them, but they did. Another thing I don't get is the love triangle. I brought this up in Black Moon and probably in Wandering Star, but I don't get the love triangle. Why? I just don't understand it. Not my thing. I don't hate love triangles. I'll still read a book. It's not a killer, but not my favorite. But anyways, the beginning of the book is just kind of set up. I don't know why Ro acts the way she does. It's very out of character for her, honestly. And it probably is, and I was just misinterpreting it, but the way I saw it was her being out of character. The end of the book was the battle for Officius, where the prophecy came to fruition or whatever. I don't like that. I like the way Harry Potter handled prophecies, where it was the entire book leading up to it. I like the way that the Percy Jackson series handles prophecies because the entire book centers around it. But this just kind of felt like we have to end this and it has to be 300 pages. This could have been a trilogy. This book did not have to be as long as it was, but I get why it was. I get publishing standards. I understand that. But anyways, the battle. I did enjoy the battle. I enjoyed a lot of things about it. I definitely enjoyed the I loved all the Guardians, especially, I'm sorry, I completely forgot her name. Ruby. Loved Ruby. I loved the Gemini twins. One person I didn't love was Gamba. Gamba was a riser who her mom kind of surrogate adopted. Now, I love that dynamic, the idea that her mom replaced her, and I love what that does. I do not like Gamba. She's very underdeveloped, maybe just coming into this book, the last book in the series, may I add, and she was only there for a good 20 pages. I don't care about her at all. I had no sympathy when Ro black sold her out, which by the way is pretty out of character for her. I had no sympathy when Ro sold her out. I had no sympathy when the mom died because mom was an awful person. I don't know why Ro cared. I don't know why Ro and Gamba proclaimed they were sisters when the entire book was just Ro hating her. I do like that the mom dies. I don't like Gamba. Like the idea of her. I don't like her. I like that Errol dies. That's very good. And I like the way that she kills him. I like the way that he kills her mom. I love that about him. I love that for him. I also love it for him that he dies. But the whole prophecy thing, no. I like the book. It just didn't stick the landing for me. I'm sure other people have a different opinion. It's just my personal preference. I'd give it a good 4 out of 10, which is pretty good. I once gave a book a 2.5 out of 10, and I liked the series. It was City of Fallen Angels. One day, I will put up a ranty book review, and it'll get a 0 out of 10. Like a 1 out of 10. I'm sure there are people who watch this will know what book this is. And I have filmed a video. It's just so bad that I'm going to refilm it one day. But anyways, back on track. How long is this? I'm sorry, I can't see how long I've been filming, so I don't know how long this video is. But let's talk about the series as a whole for a second. I do like the series. I like Romina Russell's writing style. I like a lot about it. But the ending wasn't good. Black Moon was decent. This was not. This had a lot of politics that weren't the same. And I like the politics of Zodiac. I like the politics of Wandering Star. Do not like the politics of 13th Rising for one reason. It didn't make much sense. I get why Aquarius wanted to do it. I don't get why it was important enough for me to care. That's my biggest issue with this book. I found it very hard to care about what was happening, but I was so invested in the characters at this point I kind of had to finish it, and I was invested in their fates. Like when Nishi died, I cried. But anyways, decent book series. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's a very good book series. I love Romina Russell's writing style. One thing I mentioned a little bit ago is I like the way that she will kill off characters. Main characters like Nishi and her mom and Stan, who you expect to make it out. She doesn't just kill the bad guys. And I feel like that doesn't happen very much. I don't read much sci-fi, so I don't have many points of comparison, but modern authors don't kill as much. They're not as blood hungry. Like, there's so many series where main characters are shielded by plot armor, and that's been going back since the 1800s with War and Peace and Monte Cristo. But anyways, I thought this was a very decent book, an amazing series. Not amazing, a good series, and if you're at all interested in the topic, I would definitely recommend reading it. But be warned, Black Moon and 13th Rising do not hold up to the standard Zodiac and Wandering Star set. It makes me wonder why Black Moon and Wandering Star were written this way, or Black Moon and 13th Rising were written this way. And I feel like a lot of Black Moon definitely could have been cut, and a lot of this could have been cut, or at least shortened. Because a lot of this in Black Moon revolve around relationships when it should be about war. And the love triangle is cringy. Also, one more thing about Russell is her repeated use of the same descriptors. I noted it in my Zodiac review. I don't know if I mentioned it in any other, but in every single book of hers, she describes Hyacinth and Matthias basically the same way, with Hyacinth's centaur smile and Matthias's baritone voice or laugh, and that kind of got annoying after a while, not gonna lie. But I do love the author's writing style. I will read anything else she puts out. I'm going to follow her on Instagram if she has one. Speaking of, I have an Instagram that's related to this channel. I also have a blog. Those will be in the description of every video from now on, so feel free to go follow and look at those if you're interested in my writing. But until then, till my next video, bye guys!